Okay, this is the second video I'm making of the moment, and this one is a rock and roll record and a soundtrack, so we're going to get into the soundtrack first. It is the soundtrack to the movie Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. This is the DVD, and it's a movie filmed in Florida with a theater group that goes to an island where there's a graveyard and they do some type of ritual and the dead come back to life. All right, this thing is kind of wordy, but it's funny. The actors are funny, and it doesn't really get into the zombie stuff until the end, and then boy does it get into it. Definitely worth paying for that movie just for the end of it. The effects of the zombies, which are not like professional, I think it's because they're not professional that they turn out so well. Just unlike any zombie thing you've ever seen before. I don't watch a lot of zombie movies. Anyway, this is the soundtrack to it. And it's strange that they made a vinyl soundtrack to this movie because there's not much music in it. So what this thing is recordings of the little, I guess, satanic rituals that were performed in the movie. Anyway, and that's what makes this thing very interesting to listen to. I can't say enough about this. This is great. If you buy this thing just for the record jacket alone, you won't be able to stop listening to it. It is so entertaining. All right, here's what the inside looks like. Little stories about how they made the two pieces of music that are in the movie. There's the scary looking record. And that is my review of, let's not say it until I get the record up there. Wow, this one goes in hard. Anyway, that's my review of the soundtrack to Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Definitely worth your money. And let me tell you what record label this is on. This is on Terror Vision Records from Savannah, Georgia. All right, let's get into the next one. This is Roky Erikson, The Evil One. And I guess this is the deluxe edition. It came with this little thing on the side of the record. I guess these are OB strips or OBI, something like that. Anyway, it just tells a little bit about what's going on with the release that you're deciding on buying or not. And this thing, this is the double LP version of it, or the deluxe version. And it comes with a book. Both of the vinyls look the same. They both look like that. Oh, no, they don't. The first one looks like this. This second one has two, I guess, dog heads or two wolf heads on it, etched into it. The very first disc does not, because it has songs on it instead of wolf heads. Okay. It also comes with this book that isn't very interesting to read. And let's get into what this thing sounds like. The lyrics to these songs are wild and really fun to listen to. And the songs themselves they're really catchy, good songs. this thing, as far as the songs go, they're just as good as any Black Sabbath song. I really like them. The problem with it is it sounds like the musicians on this record were Bob Seger's studio band. The songs are played way too slow. It just sounds like a Bob Seger record, but strange. And written by Roky Erikson from the 13th Floor Elevators. But there's hope. You can speed this thing up, and then everything changes and it becomes wonderful. But for somebody like me, you got to speed this thing up. To play it at the 33, it's just, gosh, it sounds like some type of Ted Nugent, Bob Seger type thing, and it's just awful. But as soon as you pull that pitch up, it becomes exciting, entertaining, and wonderful. Okay, there's one more thing I've got to say about this Evil One record. And that is, if you can get the version where the record jacket looks like this, even though you won't get as many songs, get it. Or if you do buy this version of it, don't read this book. There's something inside of here that will kind of, if you're like me, it'll ruin it for you. Oh boy, does it ruin it for you. And I'm going to tell you what will ruin it for you. Inside this book tells all about Roky Erikson and his exploits on making this album. And then it tells about how he was involved, right around 1980 with some punk rock bands from Austin, Texas, and how he jammed with them and sang with them and things like that. He was friends with them and hung out. And after knowing that, you just go, wow, I wish he would have gotten one of those punk rock bands to do this album as far as the musicianship on it instead of that Bob Seger band type thing. And after you read that, you just go, oh man, this could have been played at the regular speed and enjoyed immensely without having to alter it to enjoy it immensely. Anyway, that's the heartbreaking story of Roky Erikson, the Evil One. And let me tell you the record label this is on. Well, I don't know. It's red written on blue, so it's hard to read. It doesn't matter. Just throw in Roky Erikson, Evil One on Discogs. This thing will come up. Oh, it's on Light in the Attic Records. And this thing will come up. And oh, it's Roky Erikson and the Aliens. Yeah, the Aliens stink. He should have done that record with the Dicks. That's who you should have done the record with, is the Dicks instead of those guys I just showed you a picture of. Anyway, it's a great album. Pull the pitch up on your turntable. Enjoy. And remember, children shouldn't play with dead things. Ay, let's shut this camera off.